Before we get into this story, make sure you're a member of my Discord server. Link is in the description and in the pinned comment. Entitled Mum demands I give an entitled kid my giveaway prize. So, I have a Discord server with about 30 people, and sometimes my friend or I do giveaways. It could be a special role, gift cards, etc. My friend told me that he wanted to do a 1-month Discord Nitro giveaway. I told him that he could set the giveaway up and I would inform everyone. When he finished setting up the giveaway, he told me that I could participate too, which I did. When it finally got to the time to reveal the winner, literally everyone who participated was online, waiting for the countdown to go 3, 2, 1, and the lucky winner was me. Yes, I won. At first, everything was okay. People were congratulating me in chat for winning and were very nice. But about 5 minutes later, I get a DM from an entitled kid. This is how the conversation went. Give me the prize. Okay, hold on. Maybe say hello first? I said, give me the prize. But why should I? I won in a fair way. But it's unfair for the owner to win. Okay, listen, I didn't host the giveaway. My friend did, and he told me that I could participate in the giveaway. I don't trust you. Send me proof. Okay, I sent him a screenshot of the conversation. That's obviously edited with Photoshop, you idiot. I don't even have Photoshop. Yes, you do. I know it. Well, you can know what you want, but I won't give you the prize, especially not with that attitude. I might sound like a parent now, but that's just how I am. Okay, fine. He stopped sending me messages, and I thought I had been clear enough. Later, while I was editing a video, I got a call on Discord, and you should know who it was. Well, I thought that too, but it wasn't the entitled kid. This was Karen's time to shine. I answered the call, and all I could hear was loud bass music, a kid screaming bloody murder, and a woman shouting into the microphone. It was like I just experienced headphone heck. Since I couldn't understand anything, mainly because what just happened killed my eardrums, not really, but you get the point, I sent him, or now her, a text message saying it's too loud and I couldn't understand her. She then stopped the call and called me again after 5 minutes. Now I was able to understand her, but I didn't like what I heard. This is how the conversation went. Hello? Yes, hello. Am I talking to... She mispronounced my name, by the way. Yes, indeed. Can I help you with anything? Yeah, my son told me you promised him this Discord Nitro thing, but won't give it to him? Okay, Mom, what he is talking about are complete lies. It was a fair... My angel would never lie to me. Ouch, keep it down, Mom. No, I don't have to do anything. You will give my entitled kid the thing now. Listen, it was a fair giveaway and he didn't win anything. I don't care if that's true. You will give him the thing for being rude to me and my son. I think you should give me something for almost breaking my ears. Now this was a very bad decision. After I said that, she began screaming even louder. I just ended the call, blocked him, and kicked him from my Discord server. I haven't heard from him since. TLDR, don't participate in giveaways if you're the server owner or an entitled kid might creep up under your bed. Okay, well I think it's fair to say that this entitled kid and this mum kind of overreacted, but I do slightly understand the kid's point. To be honest, if you're a server owner, even if it isn't your giveaway directly, you probably shouldn't be entered into the competition. But you did show proof and the giveaway did seem pretty fair, and even still, just because you're the owner, it doesn't mean the kid is entitled to win. Like, yeah, he can be a little annoyed that you are the server owner and he didn't win, but that doesn't mean that he's entitled to win the giveaway and get that free Nitro. But overall, I do think that server owners shouldn't get involved in a Discord giveaway. Moving on to our next story, entitled kid steals my work and presents it as her own, forgetting that I have years worth of evidence. In secondary school, I started making the groundwork for a book I want to publish someday. Next May, it'll officially be 6 years in the making, so I have put a lot of time into it. Tolkien spent 13 years working with barely 5 races in a single continent, while I'm not just working with multiple continents, but at least 18 separate realms, each with their own calendars, seasons, how gravity works, around 7 different magic systems, over 100 separate races, thousands of relevant animals, history regarding the races, and stuff like that. Wow. Not to mention biomes, original biomes, planet size, solar system, shape, constellations, Jesus. Basically, I've put a lot of work into this. Every now and again, I show this off to my friends or my teachers so they can either help me, give critical feedback, or things along those lines. The teacher, who I'll call Nice Teacher, had been a real help regarding grammar and so on. I know that no author is perfect, and that's what editors are for, but I want to be proud of my work and I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. To make sure I don't accidentally screw up my Word documents, I have everything saved on 2 pen drives. One is 50 gigs and the other is 14 gigs. The 50 gig is never to leave the house, so I use the 14 gig as a sort of transporter to other computers to do work on it. Now that's been explained, time to talk about the swollen butt sponge that is the Entitled Kid. She too is an aspiring writer, but unlike myself, she is aiming towards doing another Twilight or Hunger Games. I let her know that if she did her own thing, she wouldn't be drowned in the copies upon copies of the same story but with different people. The writing business is cutthroat and vicious, and by standing out, the audience is more likely to notice your work than Twilight 99 point. Yeah, I get her point. This Entitled Kid appeared to have taken this advice well, but as I have all the social graces of a broken chair, I must have missed something, because she didn't really want to talk to me after that. Around that time, there was a sudden rumour sprung from the gutters that I was a plagiarist and that I was homophobic. Being the daughter of a lesbian, I don't really see the logic of that, but I ignored it. I had better things to do with my time. One Tuesday or Monday, I was with my Nice Teacher, who was helping me regarding why specific races lived in specific countries. I won't go into detail because we'll be here all millennia, but I made some good progress. I automatically sent it to myself via email because I'm extremely paranoid about losing work, and yet I somehow forgot my drive. It wasn't the first time I've done this, hence why I have 2 of them, and the 50 gig never leaves the house. Best to lose only a day's work than over a year's worth. I was saddened that I'd lost it, but it never occurred to me that someone would use that work. I had to ask my mum for money to get a new one because I'm broke and it was a 16 gig. Not much difference, but it suited its purpose. When I told EK about this while we were in the same class, she gave sympathy and then started talking about the book she wanted to make. She had some fun ideas, not gonna lie, but she didn't have any evidence of such work. I told her to write it all down, but she said that she had gotten a new flash drive. I can never remember their names and it would be fine. I never connected the dots, so I gave a little bit of praise over it. She then started talking about a competition surrounding concepts or whatever that was coming up, and it sounded good, so I thought about entering along with her. I wrote a short story about a folktale or campfire story that would be in my book at some point for some fun and entered. I didn't expect to win, I was just there for some fun. EK obviously entered as well. When everyone gathered in the assembly to hear the winners and what work they provided to lead to such a victory, I was curious. I was sitting on my own because the rumours about me being a plagiarist and homophobe were still going around for whatever reason. One kid even telling me to leave out of fear I'd steal their work. That kid entered a dystopia about Peppa Pig, so I'm not sure what I was supposed to steal. And when it was announced that the Entitled Kid has won, I was congratulatory despite not winning. A sore loser isn't going to get far in life after all. But when she proudly read out what she had written, my heart froze. She read out a very short draft I'd made about one of my characters and how they felt after their species just got out of civil war and how tense it was. It was unmistakable. The country's name, the character's name, the species name, the mentioning of certain locations, I was horrified. Finally, the Lego pieces clicked. This embodiment of a secretion bacterial infection had my missing drive. I was so angry that I left and proceeded to have a crying fit in the bathroom because of what EK had changed about it. The character mentioned had gone from a hardened war hero to an edgy teen in love with the character who started the bloody war in the first place, which had ended the lives of millions for her own selfish gain. It felt like my baby had been mutilated. I confronted the Entitled Kid about what she'd done and wanted to know why she'd done such a thing, but she pretended ignorance and went to the principal of our bloody school to complain that I was stealing her work. I was called to the principal's office along with my mum and the mum of the Entitled Kid, who was an entitled mound of dog feces. Because my memory is rather poor, I can't fully say what was said, but I'm sure most of you are familiar with it. The entitled mum went into a rant about how evil I was, how her daughter was so perfect her poo didn't smell, and so on. She reached full Mr. Reddit screeching until the principal threatened to make her sit outside to shut her up. The principal wouldn't expel either of us as she wanted, but she wanted this to be done with as she takes plagiarism very seriously. She asked the Entitled Kid first about the situation and she painted me as some kind of neo-Nazi while throwing in a homophobic slur here and there, whilst her mum is grinning like she has no cheeks. My mum, of course, was horrified at such language being used so casually. The principal was obviously annoyed with it herself. She turned to me and asked my side, and I said that EK was filled with more more poo than manure. I admittedly fell into the rabbit hole of rants about how angry I was that a character I'd worked hard to build had been butchered so horribly to fulfill the fantasy of a nobody. Her entitled mum got furious that I would dare insinuate that her daughter lied. Then my mum got mad that she was yelling at me, and EK got mad at me for making her mum mad, and I returned the favour. The principal had to bang a book on the desk to get us all to shut up like she were a judge, and she turned to me and said that I needed proof of my claims. What the entitled kid didn't know was that I was prepared to break a golden rule of mine for the purpose of this meeting. I brought in Dear Mr. 50 Gig. I had it inside my wallet that was chained to my pants so it couldn't be stolen, and I put it in front of the principal. I turned to the EK and told her politely to suck on my breasticles, my way of saying books. At that moment, my nice teacher walked in to give the principal some photocopy sheets of something, and I took my chance. I asked her what we had done a few days ago, and she said that she had been helping me with the name of the country that the entitled kid had claimed was hers. I asked her the name of the hero of the war in that country, and she said the name EK claimed as hers. I asked her who started the war, and she confusedly said the name EK had twisted into being a love interest. In the meantime, the principal was looking at what I had done on the computer and concluded that it was EK who stole, not me. The entitled mum proceeded to throw a massive fit, grabbing the principal's computer and smashing it. I nearly died at the thought of 50 gigs being destroyed, but it was okay. This got her kicked out of the room and banned from the school, along with a fine for the destroyed property. The entitled kid was mad that I had caught her. She yelled at the principal for siding with a homophobe. My mum pointed out that she was a lesbian, so that point kind of lost any meaning. I then figured out that she was the one who was spreading these things about me, likely a way to project her guilt to make her feel better. The principal wasn't having any of it and banned her from entering competitions along with giving back my drive. She responded by dropping it in a cup of water, and I was glad as it destroyed all of the damaged art I'd made. She didn't get more of a comeuppance than that, and the rumours remained until college. I saw her there and felt it right for me to rant. Have a safe year, people. Ugh, that sounds like torture for you. I'm just happy that it all got sorted in the end. Now, let this be a lesson for anyone watching who works online. You need to back up your drives in case this sort of thing happens. If you're doing anything important at all on your computer, get a good hard drive immediately. Anyway, that is the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching the entire way through. It means a lot. I hope you enjoyed, and if you did and want more, click on the screen right now for some more Entitled Parent stories from me. With that being said, thanks again, and I will see you all tomorrow with some more Reddit stories.